All right. Good evening, everyone. The class has started. Sorry about the delay. So, just quick recap to what we have been talking about. What we talked about in the last class. But before that, if there's any questions you wish to ask, maybe you went through the slides and you saw some things, or you went back to the recordings and you saw some things that, I don't know this one. Maybe I should ask in the next class. Feel free to do so before we start this class. And anyone that can answer or help, I can help out with it. But if not, we'll commence. I'll just share my screen now. I don't know what I just said, but it should make my voice be clear. Right, let's go back to the slides. We are through the slides already. So this is how the slide looks like. Here, you slideshow. Yeah, so this is where we end. I think this is where we stopped yesterday in the previous class. Day before yesterday, sorry. So now when we are using a snapshot, we just is it here? Yeah, it should. When we are using a snapshot, we use this the @ sign to push out as to tell the compiler that okay, this function now takes in a snapshot of an array, and the snapshot does not actually put in the whole or move in quotes move the whole array into the function, because I told you that each variable in Cairo has an owner. So if you push in this array here, let's say for instance you remove this @ symbol and just put in the array has been moved into this function. So if you're going to use this in this function again, it just shows you a red line. Yeah, something like this. It shows you this red line that the variable was previously moved. So either you put in a reference of the variable or you throw in a snapshot, just like you just take a snapshot, then put it inside the function. Now the function can do whatever it can do with the snapshots to compare it with something else, yeah. But it's not going to use the snapshot to maybe add another value or times with another value or mutate the snapshot. The snapshot is not for mutating. Mind you, it's not for mutating. It's just take this thing and just look through it or maybe compare it with something, but don't change the value of that. Like what the snapshot probably does. But if you want to change the value, you can use a reference. This is how a reference looks. Yes, this is how a reference looks like with the ref word. And the reference now, the array must be mutable. So you have to put this mute here before you can actually put it as a reference. And inside the function, you have to put that ref2 to tell the compiler that, oh yes, what's entering inside this function is a reference of an array of an unsigned 128 integer. Yeah. Then for your further reading, you read it a lot. You visit this number one, you visit it very well. The Cairo book. We have Cairo by example. There are some things that actually you need to, okay, this is Cairo, okay, fair. But then how is it used? Yes. Sometimes you might just have to look through an example or a GitHub repo or one or two couple repos before you can ask, okay, this is how it was used. Very good. We have the Starklinks app. Starklinks app. That's where you do It's like a learning platform. There are various questions, there are various stages. You can go there and do one or two, pass through it until you get to the last stage. Then you can also go to youtube.com, Oluwatosin. So yeah. So let's get back. Let's get to the main work. So just prepare your laptop. What we're going to be doing instead, we're going to be solving stack links instead of as we're solving it to be how we it's just like an interactive session. You'll be solving it, I'll be asking you questions and you might be answering it. Yeah. So we're going to remain IDE now. Maybe tomorrow, if we are through the stack links app today, you can enter our ID and maybe find one or two things to do. So let's get into here. Starknet.app. Yes, when you're where are you guys? When interacting with the Starknet app, you have to log into your GitHub so that your progress will be saved. So let me try connecting my GitHub. If yep, here we go. Wow, seriously. Um, let me leave this and come back. Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you.
Sorry, one or two things, one or two technical advanced advancements happen. So now let's go back to our Starknet lab. Okay, go away now. So intro, yeah. So you log in with your GitHub and you can now start. Say this exercise, this is I don't know if you're not seeing. Let me increase my yeah. Share my screen. Share entire screen. Yeah, I'm sure you can see my screen right now.
Yeah, we can see your screen. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, sharp. So let's get back to work. So now I think the font size of this is good, right? You all can see it. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. So now this is the intro. This exercise doesn't do anything, but it still compiles. Cairo file getting run needs to have a main function. So this file is a valid Cairo file. Yeah, so let's check if what they're saying is true. We don't know, of course. All is just theory. So let's try and compile the file. Yeah, it compiles. If it didn't compile, it would have shown that there was an error or something. Let's get to the next one. Joe Joe is writing a really simple contract. The contract shows that he's the owner of the contract. However, his contract is not working. What is he missing? No, please. Meant to. Hello, guys. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know what's happening today. But now, please. Yeah, so back to our Starknet app. So they said this exercise won't compile. Can we make it compile? So what we just finished something in the previous exercise. What do you feel that will make this? Let's try to compile it.
It will not compile. That's how they mean. As you are doing it, I'm also
Okay,
doing it on my own web browser as well. So if you put a main, it will compile.
uh, okay, sharp. So just do the FM main and it should go. Yep. You move to the second one. He said we should make this compile. So who has an idea on how we should make this compile? I'm seeing the errors already.
I've not compiled this one, but I feel like we should put something like let mut x, or just say let x equals to it. You should compile to put let, because I'm not working on that x, but I don't know. But I've not tested, but that should be what will make it work. I believe.
No, this
And we
is
should have a
correct.
semicolon. Have the semicolon after that. Yeah, after that
Print.
print line. Yeah, so that you should compile now.
Yep. Yes, it compiled. Very good. Next, we go to the second variable. Of course, this one too, it has compilation issues. So if x equals to 10, print x is 10, else print x is not 10. So we have issues here. As you can see, if anybody knows it, you can say it out. Okay, there's an issue here. Or
I think
okay, you think
x was not assigned any variable, any value. So I think we should assign a value to x before checking if x is actually equals to 10.
very good. Let me check. Yep, it's compiled. Very good, very good. Very good, Samuel. Go to the next one. Yeah, this is the next one. We have to make it compile too. So it's almost similar to the last one. Just that this one, the type has been typed out explicitly. But yes, there's something that is still wrong with it. It's not yet complete.
And this one, you have to still do the same thing that you did the previous way. But what is happening here is that second line, in English, what the thing is saying let felt be of, let x be of felt 252 type, and then assign it to a number. So the second line, you have not assigned it to a number, so just put equal to. Then you now put the felt
Exactly.
252 there.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to just assign this let x felt x is of type felt 252. Then we're just going to assign it a felt. I don't know whether we should use this or just assign it any number also. I don't know. I should work out, I guess. Yep. Correct. It works. It's just similar to the last one. Yes, we have another one here. being correct. This has been assigned. Yep, they told us not to change this line. So I believe we know what to do.
We can just remove the assignment from that X. We'll just declare it only, let X only, then come. Okay. It's still, I think it's still not okay that way.
No.
Yes, it's
What
not
the only thing that you need is to put mute. Put mute in that
correct
line too.
because we are changing the value of X here. So we have to make X mutable. So this should work. Yeah, it worked. Normally, why they say you shouldn't change this line is because you can redeclare what X is. You can just do another let X here. But they say you shouldn't touch the line, so you just make X there mutable. Variables 5. 5, 5, 5. Yep. Hey, don't change this line and don't rename this variable. I think it's basically the same thing we just did last time, right? Okay, they say you shouldn't change this line. I don't know if okay, yes, I'm still on. They say we shouldn't change this line. Yeah. But we shouldn't rename this variable. So what are we going to do sometimes? But we can change this line. But we should not rename it. I think he's using let.
I beg let other people answer now. Let's not be like I just say now we need to do it.
No, I don't know. Nobody's answering now. We have to just keep going. I don't know.
So don't pass me at this place.
Yeah, someone wants to say something. Let me check this chat.
Share your screen again. The thing is not.
Yeah, I've done this. What we did was to add another redeclare number. We declared the number. So that works. Maybe I'll just be explaining as I'm solving it. And why okay, this one is not compiling. The reason why it's not compiling because when you are declaring a constant, you have to put the type of the constant. It's a must. Right? And you don't declare a constant with this. Yes, of course, this U8 tells the compiler that okay, this tree here, it must be of type U8. But then that is only for net keywords. For constants, you first remove this. Yeah, and you can now put the type here. You must put the type. Any type actually. I think it should work out. What?
Let's try putting those variables inside the main function.
Oh no. This is
Hope you can.
this is this exercise is for constants. You get. If you want to put these variables inside this main function now, it will become a let. You cannot use constants inside the main function. I cannot use let outside a function. I don't know if you're understanding me. So
Okay, but
there was a problem.
we can use a constant outside the main function.
Yes, you can use constant outside a function, like outside any function
Okay.
at all. It does not even have to be a main. But the let keyword, the let has to be inside a function, not outside a function. Can be any function.
Yeah, what's that U8?
Oh, it's a data type.
So data type, like, is it long or something like?
Something like your integer, your int.
Okay.
They have U8, they have U16, they have U32. Not depending on how large that number is. So why we use U8 there? Because the number is small. See, just we're using number 3 here. So that's why we use U8. Assuming it's maybe 3 billion or so, you can use a bigger data type. Yeah. So let's go to primitive types. Whatever it has in stock for us. Filling the rest of the line that has no code missing. No hints. There's no tricks. Just get used to typing there. So let's look at what. Oh, they say we should finish. You say we should finish the rest of this line.
I mean, let's make evening. Let's create is evening first of all.
All right. Yep. Correct. On to the next. Yeah, the same thing with this. I didn't see what's even written here. So. A short string is blah blah. Short strings are usually felt. They're not a real string. Note the single quotes that are used with the short strings. Yeah. So I don't know what's wrong with this code. They say we should finish this line. So I think that's the main. Oh, they say we should finish this line. If it's alphabetic ref, your character. They finish this line like the example. What's your favorite short string? Write a letter, try a number, try a special character, try a short string. So these are example here. So I think this one should just be, we should write a short string. Is alphabet.
No, your character. I think. Wait.
Sorry, your
I think it's
character.
your character.
Your
Yeah.
character should be, yeah, your character.
Let's make it F now.
Mm, let's say this.
F.
What?
Oh, you made it. It's F. I was saying F.
F.
You already used F already.
Okay. So I don't know if this will work.
What is this one? Everyone.
Do you understand this error?
Something like that.
One thing about coding is that you must understand the error. If not, it'll be hard to debug your code.
9 seconds, 27.
Line 27
20
and
seconds,
line
27.
Okay, 22.
Yeah.
So the error is happening here.
Yeah. Okay.
You're saying that a ref argument must
I think we
be
didn't add
written.
mods. Yeah, we didn't add mods on that your character. I think
We didn't add it here, so
that makes sense.
we compile now. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, next, we structure the cat tuple to call print on each member.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we know what the structuring is or what the structuring means. Yeah, so we're just going to destructure it. So we just do basically the inverse of this. We have the name and the age. Yeah, so I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes. Type 4. I have to review this now. Yeah. Modify the integer types to make the tests pass. Learn how to convert with integer and float.
What's the difference between integer and fet? Like I wasn't really available the last class.
Okay, integer is your normal number.
Yeah.
Felt are like short strings. They have that felt. You write felt with
A single quote.
yeah, single quotes. So
Fet is like character in all these C programming.
this is a felt.
Okay, anyone use single quotes?
Yeah, single quotes. And felt is also a number. You get. But if you
Yeah.
use felt as a number, you cannot perform arithmetic operations on that number. That's just one drawback around felt you get. But each number now, first like their, let's say their Oga, that it encompasses all other all these small you this thing, you this thing, yes. But once it's a field, you cannot perform arithmetic operations on it. Yeah, and the number is that big. Although they have bigger values like U256, U512, and the rest. So
Okay.
that's it.
I
Now
think you deleted I think the
oh,
let
no,
was there before.
What?
Okay, don't worry. I thought the let was there before you started writing stuff.
Oh no, the let was not there. This is a return value.
Okay.
So like I said earlier, I can return it with this semicolon and the return keyword. Or more slick, like it's more slick just to just type it like this. Return it with just this. Without the
Returns.
So modify the types in this function to prevent an overflow when summing big values. So the same should modify this type, I guess. Convert to felt. Return this as return X as a felt 252. So I think here I'm just going to do I think convert to felt, convert this felt to U8. So like I said earlier, if I convert it from a small value to a big value, reduce just this into. But if I convert it from a bigger value to a smaller value, you have to try it first. You have to try if it can convert. If it can convert, you unwrap it. So over here we have s dot try into dot unwrap. So I think this should work. Then this one, modify the type of this function to prevent an overflow in some big value. So maybe you can use no, sorry, this U8. Maybe you can do U before also. To do modify this test to use the correct integer types. Don't modify the values, just the types. So some big numbers. Where is some big numbers? Here. Oh, it uses a U8. So let's check if okay, if that's the U8, meaning we have to increase this. Maybe you
Are you still there?
yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me right? Yeah, you should hear me.
Yeah, you're
I can
back
hear
now.
myself.
Yeah, you're back.
I don't know, we should test this, see if it works.
Okay. Wait, okay.
Yep, it works. So I don't know, you should understand what I did. So let's go to operations. Return the solution of x raised to power 3.
You only change it from 8.
Oh, sorry, I'm just saying
You
this. You
compare.
say, so what do you say? Chinedu.
Okay, I was saying, I was saying you moved it from U6 to U256.
Yeah,
Right?
correct. I moving from U8 to U256.
Okay. Yeah, someone was raising hand.
Anybody raising hand? Innocent, you said I should show the full screen of the code. Yeah, I would have loved to show the full screen, but okay, right. I think this all you can do. It's okay like this, right? Okay, what is this doing now? Like, so F11. Oh, okay. I don't know if my own works like that. Nah.
Okay.
Oh no, F11 does not work. Yeah, so let's go to the next. This one. Return the solution of x raised to power 3 plus y minus 2. Fill here, don't change this, and don't change anything here. So how do you do it? You have to declare rel. This won't work. It won't work for some reason. So in Cairo, when you want to do the raise to power, you have to well, you have to either import is an inbuilt library named pow. This pow takes in the first variable raised to power the second variable. Yeah, this is now be 2 raised to power 9. But since we cannot import here, we just have to times x 3 times. So x times x times x plus y minus 2. This should be correct. Yep. Yes. Somebody wants to say something. Innocent, I don't know if I think the size should be enough for you here. Yeah, this works. So you move to the next one. Remember last time you calculated division in Cairo 0? Now Cairo 1 has native integer types as this. Supports more operators than felt, and always watch out for overflows. Yeah, so yes, let's enter this exercise. Don't change these tests, not change anything here. What I'm going to do is just this. Feel me. So I'm going to calculate the modulus of x and y. So we just let's raise it us to x modulus y, right? Yeah, in Cairo, when you're doing something like 5 divided by 2, it floors it automatically. So 5 divided by 2 will give you 2 and not 2.5. So most times when you're coding your smart contracts, you have to give it what they call precision. Maybe your precision for your contract now might be your precision can be up to maybe to be that detailed in how precise you are. It can be maybe to how many decimal places? Maybe is your precision is to 6 decimal places. Yeah. So when you are doing your 5 divided by 2, you don't do 5, you don't do it like this. No, it won't work this way. 5, you first divide 5 divided by 2 times your precision. Let's say your precision is a constant. Constant precision equals to this. Then now do times precision to show, because normally your front end will read from your contract. And if your contract is calculating a number, you cannot just tell us that you have 5 bitcoins now, and I want to share it within 2 people. And what the contract is going to share for me now between 2 people in that contract, maybe you store the address in that contract, is two bitcoins each. That's how now. So what I'm trying to say is that 1 BTC has been low now, it's not working. So now is that when you have this kind of precision now, I say okay, let the precision to maybe most I like the precision to be more. So I just take it, say 1 billion. If you're going to do something like this now, you must understand and keep track of this precision, because when you're doing something like this now, this 5 divided by 2 is not 2.5, it rounds it down. So it gives you 2. 2 times precision will not work. Yeah, because that is not why the precision is there. But if you have this here, let's cut this and put it here. Command V, and make sure that actually it evaluates first before you divide it by 2. Then you can have your answer as 2, 5. This time that is 5 billion divided by 2. It now actually give you a whole number. You get, at some point in time, maybe you are dividing by another number here. Say this division is a complex number, like maybe it's that complex that it gives you, it should give you normally 2.89 this. You get, once you times this by this precision now, how many zeros? You times it first by the precision, and when you divide it by that number now, it will give you, maybe the number is, maybe this is 5 and from this thing, and maybe this is another value. So you know that it's going to give you some kind of decimal places you get. But once you multiply this thing first by this thing here, this decimal point will move to some values. Maybe this decimal point might end here. You get. So at this point now, you know that this one now is negligible. Why? Because when it's going to your front end, you keep track. Okay, my precision is this value. You get. So you know that the decimal point should be around here. I don't know if I'm yeah, getting what I'm saying. If you know math very well, you know what I'm saying. You shift it just to compensate losing values or losing decimal places or losing significant values. So you have to use this precision now to shift decimal place. So when you're reading it on your front end now, you divide back by this precision. Now your JavaScript now will give you the actual value. It does not round down, does not round up, it will give you in decimal places. So once you divide back by this precision now, you get to an actual number with little or less value lost. So if this is 1 billion now and your decimal points was initially meant to be here, without the precision now, everything here will turn to 0. And for example, now maybe in your front end now, you need these values at least to at least 6 decimal places. You have to divide this precision now so that you can take the decimal places forward, so that when it comes to your front end, you can take it back to wherever it's meant to be. Yeah, that's why you see that maybe Bitcoin has how many decimals of 9. I think Ethereum has 9 too. Yeah, so that you should understand. Yeah, so back to our this thing. I was explaining why this thing is a flawed division. There's no what's the other one, ceiling or something. It always flaws it. So this is our flawed division. So we just do let's res equals to x divided by y. So what else? Normally, if you are coding this thing now in real life, I think you must make sure that x and y is not 0, or not just x or y, just y. Make sure that y is not 0. Yeah, so that it does not give you an undefined or does not throw an error. So this is multiplication here. So you just do let res equals to x times y. I think that's all. If you check your text now, you see that there's no place that division was 0. You put in 0 here to try and error. So let's check if what I wrote actually makes sense. Yep, it compiles. On to the next. They say you should make the test pass. So I think it's an if. I don't know if you're using an if. Excuse me. So let's check this function called bigger. Use size A of B. Complete this function to return the bigger number. Do not use another function called or additional variable. So it's just your normal basic if statement, you understand? If A is greater than B, return A, else return B. So we're going to do, there are many ways you can write it, actually. I want to try one way. I don't know if this should work. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, this is like doing ternary.
Okay, we need I think we need this, I guess. What? Oh, most times you just need to just keep trying one or two new things. Or should we do it the normal way? I don't know, just like new syntax. This one looks so like makes you look like a superstar. Or if not, you can just do your normal if A is greater than B, you can return A. Uh, the other one was like a ternary statement. Yes, you're correct. Why this will just makes things so. But can use anyone actually.
Yeah, I saw it.
On to the
It's
next.
just like short form of, right?
Yeah. Make me compile, get the bars for false and defaults to bars test person. So let's check. You don't need anything here, so pass. Then you complete this function. It's in if, else if, and or else blocks. If physics is fees, return full, false, return bar, anything else, return bars.
Write another if statement.
You have to put a return, keyword here. Most times you can just do something like um oh no.
I think we should write another. Okay, you want to return?
Okay, you want a new variable that you can assign it.
No, I mean, no, they said complete this function using if else. Then if s if or s block. So I think we should write another s if and then write for if this physics is false. I think if this
Yeah.
physics
If physics
is also
false,
false.
return bar. Else I don't know if this bars without the return keyword should work. Let's check it out. Oh no, it should not work. It not work. Oh, it worked. Right. So
Okay.
let's check this.
I mean, the other guys could have worked.
I want to check something.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think you really need this return statement. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can just
Write in the back. Okay.
yeah, so this is it. You don't really need the return statement.
Okay.
So on to the next. This bright light flashing on my screen.
I mean,
Yeah, click. You cannot. The thing about here is that we don't even have this function.
it hasn't been created.
Yeah, so we can just create it. Think it work. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, something's wrong with this function. Sorry,
Yeah.
just this.
The norm doesn't have any data type, I think.
Yeah, so I think you just if you put it, it should go. Yep.
Yeah.
Correct. So we not just do this. Okay, yeah, we just put in maybe any variable here. Yep. This store is having a sale where if the price is an even number, you get 10 Cairo bucks off. But if it's an odd number, it's 3 carol box off. It's if you shouldn't bother about the body, you're just bothered about the signature. So I think this is what they call signature. This and this.
Okay. This have it. Yeah.
Price. So there's something wrong with this signature. Does not have a return keyword.
Yeah, I think they sell price.
The sale price is so it has a price. It takes in a price of
What should
U32
it
and returns. It returns the value of U32. Yeah, this is what's returning. Yep. Mary is buying apples. The price of an apple is calculated as follows. An apple costs 3 carol bucks. If Mary buys more than 40 apples, each apple only costs 2 carol bucks. Write the function that calculates the price of an order of apples given the quantity bought. They don't give any hints. So right here they say you shouldn't change the tests. But now you should calculate the price of apple. First, the signature is incomplete. We need something inside here and something should return something. Say use for it takes in a number. Say the number is 264. An apple costs 3 carol.
Sorry, please, I didn't get the
But
first
Mary,
function.
sir?
I didn't get the first function.
Like, what didn't you get? Why I added this stuff? Or what I added?
You were fast, I
This is the
couldn't
function.
even understand what you were saying.
This they say that we shouldn't. There's something wrong with this. Initially, this is how it looked like. So they say we shouldn't change anything here. There's something wrong with the function. Before you even start looking for the logic, the function was not written properly. Yeah, was not written properly. So calculate the price of apples. One, you can see here now by these statements now. It takes in something. And because of this let keyword, it means that this function now returns something to this price. So it takes in something here, then returns something to this price. So then we can now use the price to check if it's and so on. So now this function now is incomplete. It must have a bracket. It must take in something inside here. And that thing is a number. So now we can name the number any variable, any number variable now. And you can use any data type. Why I use U64 is that maybe there's a calculation that we might make now. Yeah. In this logic now, that might be greater than U32. You get so that just use you can use any data type. You can use U256, you can use or just say let me use U64. Anything will work. So it's a function that takes in a value of U64, then returns what? You use the same data type for it. So that's how I got this thing that I wrote here. then that is for just for the function signature. You must do a logic here so that all these assertions will pass. So if that means if you are putting in 35 as a number here, you want it to calculate now must give you 105. If not, it will throw this error, incorrect price. So now we have to go back to the logic and check. On the norms, an apple costs 3 Cairo bucks. But if Mary buys more than 40 apples, each apple now will now cost 2 Cairo bucks. You get so how do we cook this function? Use if statement, right?
Yeah, we should do like if I think if is greater than if like norm is greater than 40, then you should like the price should be like something like we should now times the norm. We should now times the norm with like with price of 2. But if it's less than, we should not times the norm, which is what the norm. We should now times the norm with like 3. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
2, right? Else you use 3. Then this thing will be norm times. So it can also actually be price.
Now the presentation, I think I'm not seeing it again. Just wait. Come on. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So what I mean is that if we are going to if we use like if statements, we use like if like the norm, which is a what's it called, an argument we put in the function. If the norm is greater than which is the if the norm is greater than 40, we should now multiply the norm with 2. Or which is if norm is greater than or equal to 40, we should multiply it with 2. I think the price, we should name the price.
Okay, the thing is that we have 2 ways to write this, you get.
Okay.
Just let me repeat what you said. If norm is greater than 40, we should multiply the norm by 2. This 2 now is coming to this price. Yes, so you multiply the norm by 2. Else, multiply this norm now by 3. That is the else is coming here. So I'll just rephrase the question.
Yeah, I think you rephrase the way
yes. I'll rephrase the question in such a way that if norm now, see, the apple costs 2 Cairo bucks. Well, look at the cost now. So let's change this now to cost.
Okay.
Now look at the question now. An apple costs 3 Cairo bucks. Now if the number of apples now, if Mary buys an apple greater than 40, it will cost 2 Cairo bucks. Else it will cost the normal 3 Cairo bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is nothing for us
we should add greater than or equal to 40 so that we should be getting a precise.
We should add this, but here they didn't say more than. They said more than.
Okay, more than
40.
Okay.
I don't know if you.
Okay, let's check it out.
Let's check it first. I don't know. I don't know if I'm correct, but I throw 1 or 2 errors here.
Yep. Oh, it worked.
I'm surprised it worked normal now. So this is like a ternary statement, yeah. So
what I was saying, I was trying to make it long safe. This time I will break it down.
Yeah, you can also write if norm greater than 40, norm times 2, else norm times 3. I think, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So both work.
Okay. Yeah. Loop.
Let's let
No.
this compile. Don't worry, don't bother about this for now. And this. So make the test pass without changing any existing line. So you know what to do
We
here,
need
right?
to remove that mod. Remove mod now because I think share mod is to make something not okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me-
The thing about it is this is an infinite loop.
Yeah.
It breaks, but there's no condition that makes it break. Okay, not an infinite loop actually. If you enter this loop now, it breaks out of the loop. And now this cannot be 10 again. The counter here will be 0. So they are trying to tell us that this counter has to be 10, else it will throw an error. That is this assert statement for. Assert that
Okay.
English word. Assert that counter is equals to 10 at the end of this loop. Else throw this error. So we have to put an if statement here. So
Right. Break.
I don't know.
I think it will work.
Should work. Huh? Normally nobody puts this. I don't know. Only way you can find it is inside Stark links. No, nobody puts this stuff. If you just put it like they force me to put it because they say the code has to contain this. Normally
Okay.
we just break it. Yeah. So the next you have a compilation issue here too. So we should break here too.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, the instruction.
I don't think
I don't think it will break.
I don't think it will work. Yes?
I don't think it's supposed to break because the instruction is about returning a value from the loop if counter is equal to 5.
Yeah.
So what do we do here? We return the
Return
value.
content. Return. What results? There is. I think we should return the results. Results of the loop.
Or
know
shouldn't it break?
my
But
bet
over.
is break counter, but what do you think you should do here?
I think it should be to return counter if counter is equal to 5.
Yeah. But okay.
Or do you think it's that is?
Let's add the return. Okay.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can return in a. I don't think you can return in. Huh?
Yeah, you can return the count. I feel like wait.
Though I don't think you can return in a loop. So writing a normal Cairo code. I don't think you can return in a loop. Though I'm not that sure. I don't know if this will work. Yeah, something like this. So in the previous slide, I once said that if a statement now, this I don't know if statement or expression, but if a loop now is assigned to a value now, once you want to send that value now to this result, like for now it's counter now to this result now, you break the value out. Else you just continue the counter. So this is just the keyword here. You break the counter out of this loop. So this counter enters this result. So I think that's the trick. Yep, this is enum. This is, like I said, this is for drop. Though, yeah, I don't think you'll be using it for now. We shouldn't change anything here. And we should not change anything here. So you just define these 4 things now: tweet, echo, move, and change color. That's all.
So enum here is used as object.
You say what?
What?
Subject.
Enum is used as an object, like in JavaScript object. Like a JavaScript object.
Yeah, JavaScript. It's into JavaScript. JavaScript they use enum too now. See?
Yeah, but they don't use
Just
it as
that
object. Enum is used.
you did like message dot fix. I know they don't use it as object, they just define it. And this then you now write right?
Yeah,
I
this is
don't
how
know. This is how JavaScript looks like.
JavaScript does it on like this, yeah.
Yeah, but in Cairo it looks like an object. Yeah. Even in Python, I think it
The
looks
way
like
it's being
this.
called, it's not like these guys are calling it like a JavaScript object. That's what I know.
So what do you say? The way it's being
Okay,
called
I mean,
here.
like, yeah, it's being called like a JavaScript object, but in enum that
Oh,
is used in JavaScript, I don't feel like. I just feel like okay. I just feel like they are like they created the enum to like use it kind of like object.
okay. Give me a few.
But you can continue. I'm just saying what when I was looking at it, I was just feeling like maybe that's why they created.
Sorry. So yeah, that's how the enums are called. Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense. So sorry. Yeah, so this is how enums are called in this. So let's go to the next. I think that's compiled, right? Yes. So let's go to the next reason. We call it like an object.
Yeah. Indeed.
Is for Python users, you should just know how it looks like. So now this is another message. Yes, just this is another enum, just that it has some of them have this stuff inside. So let's start. Now see this quit now is alone, so we just put it as quit. This echo now is of type felt 252.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whether you put it as let's say felt 252, sorry, echo of either you put it as this or you just put it as felt 252. Then we have move is a tuple.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
tuple of maybe
Yeah.
U8 U8 use infinities in anyone. So move of then we have change color. Change color is a tuple 2, but of 3 values in the tuple. So you this should work. Yep, it's submitted correctly. So on to the next one. So I say we should address all the two. Okay, so we're going to address this one, and we're going to address this other one there. Yeah. So this message now. This thing takes in an enum of message. And we have to create a match to process each variant. So now let's go to this where we will see the message. We have change color, we have quits, we have echo. Okay, this is the message. The message here now. You have change color, echo, move. This move now is of points. I don't know if you're getting me. This move now is of point. I think in the previous one we had something else, but this move is of point struct, and this quit is alone. So anyhow you want to put it, you can start with quit. So let's start with the first one, change color. Change color is of okay, no, sorry. I'm that lazy. I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but now I'm that lazy. So I just inject them here. But this move now is of point, so we just use point. Change color, this in belt echo, move point, and quit is alone. So you are going to write this process function. It processes this. I think this state should be a ref. States process is a ref of states.
So your presentation is maybe so
Sorry?
the quality. The quality. Yeah. The quality is
My screen is blurry.
yeah, the quality went down. Like I'm not kind of see. I was thinking it's from my own side there.
No, it's from his network.
From my network.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
don't think
the
it's
quality.
your network is poor, so the buffering we are getting is not of the highest quality.
Yeah.
Oh, does it work like that? I don't know. Sorry about
Oh,
that.
okay.
Anyways, I don't know if it's clear now or is it still blurry.
It's still
Just
blurry.
No, I know is I don't know. I don't think it's my network.
I can zoom in.
Um,
I will.
okay, Innocent. If you left and joined the class, is it Innocent speak? Your hand is raised up.
Okay. Good evening, sir. It's still blurry. I'm sure it's from your side, though. It's still blurry. I thought it was my network
Uh,
safe, so I left and rejoined.
with my
Yes, sir.
Starlink.
I think it's okay. You went back.
What am I talking about now? I'm using Starlink. Come on. And they love me.
That's not
Anyways, I'm putting attention. I don't know. It should be for my network, but what can the man do? You guys, you still do the assignment. I don't know. You should still do this Starlink. I think the assignment for this week is for you to even complete the Starlink. So at some point you still do it. But for now, I don't know. What can I do now? I
We
should
got
still zoom in,
we
right?
got continue. No, we got continue. You just I think you should
I
zoom in.
think it's gradually improving.
Yeah. Are you
Okay,
getting better?
so now this is process. I don't know. They didn't. If there's one thing about this function or this is a trait. You get to know it later on, but you should know that this function now, this process function, changes this state struct. So I think our process is going to change something here based on what is here. this echo, actually, I think this echo now should be something that just echoes. Maybe just shout out to somebody. Print a value of that file 252. So let's start. We start with this. Just copy this. Yes, this is the echo function here. So this is it. Color, position. So let's do a match. Um, so we're not matching cells, I'm matching message. Oh, you can use this.
Mangas.
Use. Cool. Jesus Christ. I'm not even sure if what I wrote works, but let's check.
Yeah. It will. Uh,
Okay, let me explain myself. Let's explain the magic that just happened right now. So now let me reduce this. There are two ways of doing this thing. So you are saying you're going to match each message expression. Yes, we got our message from here, and we got this from the last exercise. And previously here was U16. Yeah. And this also can be gotten from this test. So you know the variants are change color of the change colors of a tuple. The tuple has 3 values. So we change color with 3 values. Now what else again? We have the echo of felt. The echo of felt 252. So this echo is of felt 252. We have the quit, like just a standalone item, and we have the move of points. So this is the quit here, and this is the move of points. So we are going to you take all this and put inside here. Initially, this was U16 I used here, but I got the error that here's a U8, here's a U16, that kind of stuff. So I had to change the data type. So now we're going to match through all these enums here, all the variants here. Everything from line 3 to line 6, they are called variants. So this process is a ref of self. This self now tells us that in your JavaScript now, those that write Python understand, but JavaScript now, this self is the same thing as this. This now is of this now is of this state. So basically now, this is your in JavaScript, this is your class. And these are the functions inside this class. Just that in Cairo and Rust now, we write the functions separately as a trait. And how we know that these functions now belong inside this class is because of what type this self is of. Are you understanding me? Chinedu, who else is listening here? Understanding me? Yeah. So what to tell us that okay, this function now, these functions are of this inside this class is the type of this self here. So this self is a reserved keyword. Yeah. And it's ref. You use ref if you want to change any value in this state. If you want to read a value, you can use the at. You can use the at keyword. Yeah. Now, what happens if you don't use any keyword? Once you don't use any keyword, it just acts as a normal function in the sense that once you do something like, let's say there's a variable of type state called my state. Once you do my state dot change color, I put in a color value here. This variable has been moved. Yeah. So if you want to use my state again, my state, want to print out the color, for example, my state dot color, you throw you an error that this is my state now, the ownership has been moved into this function. And once you enter inside this function, it destroys at the end of the function. Yeah. So to be able to pass it back out of the function, you have to use a ref. And that means once you are declaring your state in this test now, the state has to be mutable. So what else did I change? Let me delete this. So what else again? Yeah, so we are going to pass through all the variations inside this process. And we're going to match it to this self. So now the variation of message, now you match message like a switch statement. You match message. For the first value of message, yeah, you can write it, you can use a default value here. The default value now for default of switch is just underscore. To tell us that whatever value that is not of this three, just default it to this function, that stuff. So now let's just bring this back to the match message. For if message now, match is like switch now is just like it's same thing as you can use switch in place of an if else. Just that match and switch now. Switch is for JavaScript. Just that match now is neater than if else, and the likes. So now once you match it for the first, sir?
Okay, the match is like switch case on normal programming.
Yes, it's like switch case in normal JavaScript. So you match the message and start going through the variants one by one. You can name this anything.
Okay.
Just tell, okay, this now, you just pass it into this self.color. So if this message now is of change color with any variable inside, just pass the change the value of this state, this self.color to this value here. Or here now, you can see that you have a change color here. So you can also say self dot change color. It is still up. Because I are basically calling the function, just as I call this echo function. Normally, I should have written print here. Yeah, but I didn't want to write all that, so I just wrote this echo. This echo function now, this is it. So if you call a function under this list of functions, you use the self because it belongs to this state. Yeah. You can use the self to call any of these functions. Just like in your JavaScript now, you can just write in the you can change this now to this dot echo. It means I'm calling the function of that class. So just here now is not this itself. So you can either call the fields of the class, or you can call the function by just using this self here. So I don't know if you guys understand me. Wait,
And we understood to
because
a limit.
yeah, okay, yeah. Thank you. So we'll go to the next one. I think 22. Time is up already.
Yeah.
Let's just take this last one. Okay, let's read the question first. This function returns how much ice cream there is left in the fridge. If it's before 10 p.m., there are 5 pieces left. And at 10 p.m., someone eats them all. So there will be no more left. Yeah, so 5 pieces. If it's before 10 p.m., the number of pieces should be 5. Else it should be 0, I guess. So let's go.
I think they're using time, yeah.
Sir?
I don't know. I saw something like time on their code.
Yeah, it's time, but we're just using we're using the 24-hour system. So it's just from 0 to 24. Or 1 to
Okay.
24. Yeah.
I think it's 0 to
10 p.m. is
23.
okay,
I
yes,
think
0 to 23, right?
23. Yeah, 10 will be, I think, 9. I don't know. I should
The
start
rate 10 is
like
22. Yeah, correct.
because of
Because the
array.
0 here says. So how should we do this?
It's
If
still displacement.
time of day is less than 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock is 22. Actually, and time of day, let's put a range from 1 a.m. to
Okay.
we wrap an option, wrap a number in an option. I don't know, you know an optional type, a number or a value that exists or does not exist. So you wrap a number in an optional type like this. Then we unwrap it like this. So this is option.5 with else return a none. I think this should work. Oh, sorry. I don't think it will work. I don't think it will work.
Okay.
Let's read the error. Why the compilation failed? Ice cream equals to 5.
Okay.
Oh, we forgot about this test.
This idea.
We forgot about this test. So they say we should fix this test. How do I get the value contained in the option? We unwrap it. What? Check ice cream. Check ice cream field. Ice cream 9. 5. Oh, yeah, it's correct. So we have to, because this is any time of the day that is greater than 23. It's not a valid time of the day. So we return an option of none. Else we return 0. So I think that should
Option
be all.
with the sum.
Yeah, I think you
Where is it
understood,
coming
right?
from? Wait, the sum, where is it coming from?
Yeah, that's how option is an enum.
Okay.
Option is an enum that has, it looks like this. This is how it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that is an inbuilt class you get. And this is how it looks like. That is where this one is coming from. So it's either it has something or it has
Or
nothing.
it has not.
So if you're operating it, you have to use it like this, yeah. So like this.
Okay. Okay.
So why did I use double colon? Yeah, that's how we have been doing it now.
That's how to call enum.
Even we have used double colon since. That's how we have been doing it. For enum, anything enum, we use a double colon for it. That is just how the syntax is. So Obi, I think I've answered the question, right? Yeah, okay. So if there are no further questions, I think you can end the class now. It's 10:30, right? Yeah. So, sir?
they
I can't hear you. I'm scrapping.
slide
I
of
don't know
the
if it's from my side.
okay.
You said?
I'm hearing you now. I said the slide
I
of
can hear you now.
yesterday. Okay, the slide you dropped of the last class.
Yeah, I put
It was
I wrote the slides yesterday in the group chat.
but it's not opening on my phone. It's saying file error when I try opening.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't
one
know
of
if
the
you can drop.
slides. This how
I don't know, please people, can you drop
check again.
now? And let me check now. Let me check now. Let me check.
You greater than 22 work.
You can have same thing.
Work where?
Let me screenshot and show you one first.
Work here. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Here.
Yes, that's it.
Actually, she work. Oh no, it's not work. Can you see?
Same problem with file. Retry it. It's not working.
Yeah, see, because of this. No, sorry. Yeah, the test is failing because of this. You have to be greater than 23. Maybe if you go to your stack links during the okay, it's not still opening. I'll try and
Yeah, it's still not
wait, send
opening.
me please, it should be opening now.
Let me try again. Let me try.
It's opening here now. And I'll try and see if I can drop it as a PDF or file, if I can convert it.
Okay,
Or I'll
okay.
download it, I think, and I'll send it. Yeah. So I think that will solve the problem.
Okay.
So anything else? No.
Okay, no problem. Whatever I take
All
it.
right, in that. Okay, nothing, but
Yeah,
all
no,
right.
no.
In the absence of any questions, I greet you all a good night. I will meet on Friday. See ya.